Welcome back for another fundamental file management command. This time we're looking at the ln command. Now, the ln command is used to create links. Now, in Linux, links function similar to shortcuts, sort of. So we get two kinds. We get something called a symbolic link, often referred to as a soft link. And a symbolic link works exactly the same as a shortcut does. It becomes a file that references the original. No matter how big or small the original is, the link is always a tiny little item. So the original file could be a gigabyte or a terabyte big, the link will be tiny. And symbolic links only work when the original file is present. So if you go and delete the original file, the symbolic link will stop working, just like with a shortcut. And anytime you work with the link, basically the link is taking you to where the original file is and does the work there, just like a shortcut. But in Linux, we also have this thing called a hard link. Now, what a hard link does is it creates a brand new file that points to the same file system inode as another file, which is a very cool way of saying it basically duplicates that file, but it's a mirror copy. Whatever I do as far as read and write is concerned to the one, it does so to the other. But the cool thing about hard links, though, is you can remove the original file, and the data continues to exist in the hard linked object. So this is going to be really cool when I show it to you. But first, let's just understand some of the command syntax. So with this command, you're going to be typing ln, and then the first argument this command needs is the target, the file you want to create a link to, followed by the file you want to be the link. So it's always ln, the target, and the link name. And this will go and create a link for you. This is the way you remember the ln bit. The default behavior of ln is to create a hard link. So if you want to create a hard link, you just say ln target and link name, as I already showed. If you want to create a symbolic link, though, or a soft link, now you know why we sometimes call it a soft link. You say ln-s, and then the target and the link you want to make. So let's go and check this out. So this time I'm going to work a little bit differently. So I've got a directory called links demo, and we've got two files in there, hard_source.txt, soft_source.txt. Let's go see what's in them. So the contents of hard_source.txt is this file will be hard linked. And the contents of soft_source is this file will be symbolically or soft linked. Now I'm going to do the linking on the desktop. So let's clear the screen and let's cd into my desktop. That way we can see the icons appear. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but this is one of the reasons why I like you guys to learn Linux with a desktop environment or a GUI, because you can actually see things happening, especially with file management. So let's go create a symbolic link. And to do that, I'm going to say ln-s. And now the first thing I've got to type in is the target, the thing I want to make the link to. So I'm going to do the absolute path because it's the way I like to work with this type of thing. And now I'm going to make the file name soft on the desktop. And now you can see an icon appearing there, and you can see a little arrow in the bottom right corner, sort of like what you see with shortcuts in other operating systems. And if I do an ls-l, it indicates to me with the letter L, this is a link. And Mint and a lot of different distros will do some sort of text effect to the name and point to where the thing is taking me. Now if I go and cat the file soft on my desktop, I get the data that was in it. If I double click it, I can go and edit it. So I typed in this, added this line from the desktop link. Let's go and cat soft again, and there we go. Now let's do a hard link. And we'll call this file hard. Now we've got another icon appearing on the desktop, but this time there's no little arrow in the corner to indicate it's a link. And if I do an ls-l, it gets the indicator that it's a file. The inode counter is at 2 now. Interesting. and nothing to indicate over there that this thing is a link. But if I cat it, we see the same data that we had earlier when we checked it in its original location. If I click it, we can go and add a line. And the line's still there. Cool. Now here's where it gets interesting. I'm going to open a second terminal window. I'm going to go into the demos directory for the linked items. And you can see there we still have the two files. Let's go and rm the two files. Now they're both gone. If I ls back on the desktop again, hard is still there, soft is still there, but soft is now colored red, indicating that there's a problem with the link. Let's try use the soft link. Gives me an error. It says it's broken, move it to the trash. I'm going to say cancel. And also you can see now extra little visual elements have been added to the icon to indicate there's a problem with it. But if I click on hard link, the data's still there, and I can still work with it, which could be very useful in some interesting situations. But that is the ln command for you. Pretty useful to understand how the hard links can survive a deletion, and then symbolic links just to have effectively shortcuts. But thank you for watching this one, and I hope to see you in the next video for fundamental commands.